Miss Browning, could I have a word?
In a minute, all right?
Okay.
How are you feeling?
Terrible.
It'll soon be over. You've done all you can now. You've just got to stand back and trust the system. Let's look, get it right more often than not. Who wants to talk to me?
No, it was nothing. Sorry.
Hello, Andy. How are you this morning?
You're a lot calmer now, aren't you?
We all know how difficult it is for you. The judge, or even Hillary over there. She's not your enemy. She just wants you to tell the court what you know. Do you understand? We can't have a repetition of yesterday's behaviour. No more storming out of court. All right?
You know that, don't you?
Okay.
Oh, that poor lad. I do hope they don't give him a bad time.
Yeah. I know he shouldn't have done what he did yesterday, but he was under enormous pressure.
Well, is there any wonder when what he and Robert says can put their own dad in prison?
That's what you think, is it?
Well, you heard the evidence, same as me. I never thought Jack had done it, but well, after yesterday, I'm not so sure.
I don't want Andy putting in that situation again.
The prosecution have a right to question him.
But you saw the state he was in. That's not right, not for a lad his age. And how do we know what he'll do today? He could get himself into serious trouble.
I've just spoken to him. He seems a lot more settled this morning.
Yes, you say that. But once they start asking questions, they don't stop, do they? Not till they get the answers they want.
No, Jack. They stop when he tells them everything he knows. It's as simple as that.
What if I change my plea?
What?
Well, we're going to lose anyway, aren't we? They might go easy on me if I tell them I did it.
But you didn't.
Yeah, but I don't want Andy to go through all that again. Don't you understand?
That's no reason to admit to a crime you didn't commit. If you're telling me that you killed Sarah, then I'll have to tell Jeffrey, and we can no longer represent you. But I don't believe you did. Did you? Jack?
No.
Hold your nerve. We're still in with a good chance.
I know this is upsetting for you, Andy, but I have to ask you a few more questions, and you have to answer them truthfully. You do understand that, don't you?
Yeah.
You love your father, don't you?
Of course I do.
And so you should. He adopted you, gave you a home and a family. He's done everything for you. And now I think you're trying to repay him, aren't you?
What do you mean?
I think you're trying to protect him. Am I right?
My lord, I fail to see the point of this line of questioning. I thought we were trying to establish what happened on the night of the fire.
I agree. You don't have to answer that question.
You told us yesterday that when the fire broke out, you were upstairs in the house and your father was downstairs.
Yeah.
And that when you got to the barn, your father was already there.
He didn't set fire to it.
But he was there. And you can't be certain how long he'd been there, can you?
He didn't do it.
Please answer the question.
Why? You don't believe anything I say.
All I want you to do is tell the truth.
I know what you want me to say. You want me to say that my dad did it. That my dad killed my mum. But he didn't. I know he didn't. That's the truth. But you don't believe me, do you? Do you?
I believe you'd do anything to protect your father.
He didn't do it. He couldn't have done it. I know he didn't. I know.
That's enough. Silence in court.
With respect, my lord, I see little point in continuing to question this witness. It will cause him more distress and tell us nothing new.
I must say, I'm inclined to agree.
I want to say something. Silence in court. Please, it's important.
Silence! I will not tolerate this kind of behavior. Would you inform Mr. Carter that if there are any more interruptions, he will be held in contempt of court. And the same applies to you, Mr. Sugden.